Hello YarnTubers, welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Diane and Benji. Benji! I don't know what he's doing back there. Today we're going to talk about our next event coming up. We have a really big giveaway to start, a few things that I'm working on, and I have some really sad news to share. So, where have we been? We have been driving truck, and we did take a week off in Idaho. That was really nice. And that was a rest that I needed because I'm pretty burnt out on truck driving, especially with some of the health issues that I'm having to deal with right now. And I haven't been crocheting much. I have mostly been driving and considering my retirement options. You know, I have my truck driving, of course, you know, retirement through my employment. I also have my side business, which I'll talk to you about a little bit later in the video. But today, while I'm sitting here waiting to get my truck serviced, I want to get this video done, get you guys caught up, and work on a very important project. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the 2026 Wanderlust Square Swap. We are doing another square swap. This one's going to be run much different, very different from the last two. Okay, so I'm very excited about how this one is going to go. It will only be ran over on my Discord. Now, Discord is really easy to join. There's a link in the description box. Just come over and there's a general chat room. There's a chat room for other subjects. And one of those subjects, one of those chat rooms is specifically for this swap. And every aspect of this swap will be ran in that chat room. Now, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to read this to you. The plan is we will start voting on color palettes in January and February, narrowing it down to one. Only 12 people will be allowed in this swap, and I'm one of them. So we are down to 11 spots left. What each of you will do is crochet 72 squares that are 6 inches after blocking. You will send 6 squares to each of the other members of the group. So 6 squares to me, 6 squares to Benji, 6 squares to that one, and then you will receive 6 squares from each of the other members of the group. And you will end up with 6 of your own, 66 more that you got in the mail, with a total of 72 squares to put together. You can use any yarn except for animal fibers because of allergies. Okay, and this is only open to the lower 48 of the US. Sorry, you guys. We will start with that one chosen color palette on March 1st of 2026. So you will choose yarns, either one color from the color palette or several colors from the color palette. You decide. You will mail your squares no later than August 31st. And the request to join, I will start accepting requests to join over in Discord. You have to be a member of Discord. Go to that chat room and say, hey, I'm in. And those requests to join will begin on November 15th. You have between November 15th and December 10th of this year to get on that list. So that is the first thing I want to talk to you guys about today, the 2026 Wanderlust Square Swap. Okay, 2 things on this next segment. First of all, I want to catch you guys up real quick. This was the cross stitch that I started doing the first time I took time off in Emmett, Idaho, and Robin and I ran down to Maggie's on Main, that's sideways, and picked up this cross stitch. You can't really tell. I mean, it looks pretty good, just like this. But I was sitting there the second time I was in Emmett, and I was working on this, sitting at the exact same table that I was sitting at when I started this back several months ago. And I have made so many mistakes on it. I'm like, I want to start a new one. And I couldn't find my pumpkin farm one, you know, that's also on this perforated paper. So I ran down to Maggie's on Main, the same store, and I started working on this this farm one. So, and this one is going much better so far. Any mistakes that I have made, I have corrected, and I think it's gorgeous. I really like working on this perforated paper. I don't have to deal with a hoop, and I'm a real grown-up cross stitcher, so I can decide to put that one away or never pick it up again and just work on this one. And then next I'll do the farm truck one. Let me show you a picture of that one here. And then after that, I'm going to do one called Hope. I think I'm going to show that picture here, and then I want to do the pumpkin patch farm sampler. So cross stitch. Now the other thing is this part of the checklist is the autumn dance yarn is now available. The link is in the description box, and when you bring up the Thrive Cart page, you'll see all the information on that yarn. Sorry about that, Wanda, we didn't have all the stats on there yet, but we have them on there now, I believe. And let me know in the comments if they're not there. And there's two prices for shipping. There's a flat rate for the first, if you order 1, 2, or 3 hanks, it's $8 for shipping. Sorry. And if you order 4, 5, or 6 hanks, it's $10 for shipping. And I want you to email me if you want more than 6 hanks, because we will figure out what the shipping is and try to get the best price we can to you. So anyway, Autumn Dance is now available. Next on the list is something I'm starting to get very excited about. Now, over on Discord, we have monthly crochet along theme kind of things going on. September was supposed to be, I forget, a scarf. In October, I really kind of dropped the ball on those. But November is going to be get your yarn picked out and your plan made for your big 2026 project, whatever that is. Now, this last year we kind of promoted doing mosaic, and I have gotten a little ways on my Montana blanket. This is just set aside for now. It is, she's not in trouble, she's not in timeout, she's just waiting for me to grab the hook. And for 2026, we were talking about doing another fruit garden blanket, but what I've decided is, instead of me doing another fruit garden blanket, I would rather do another Jane Crowfoot, aka Janie Crow pattern. So I thought I would open that up for 2026. Our big kind of buddied up crochet along is going to be anything by Jane Crowfoot, and the one I chose was the Persian Tiles blanket. Now, I hope people in the Facebook group for the Persian Tiles group don't mind, but I took a couple of your amazing pictures and I want to share them here. I want to show that you don't just have to do Jane Crowfoot's version of the Persian Tiles, which I really don't like the blue and orange together, right? So I have really started trying to get my mind off of trucking and retirement and my business and all of that. I've started kind of thinking about, ooh, what colors am I going to choose? Now, I'm not sure, I need to look it up, but I believe I'm going to use, as of today, I'm thinking of using Stylecraft Special DK, because I'm really enjoying it for this other project that I'll be talking to you about here in a few minutes. But aren't these colors great? Even especially this Christmas version one. It just has my mind spinning looking at all these different versions of the Persian Tiles. So I hope that you will at least choose one big project to do in 2026, maybe even one of these fabulous Jane Crowfoot, Janie Crow patterns that are so amazing, and join us over on Discord. So how am I thinking about retirement, and how can I take a week off every, couple months from working? How is that all possible? Well, it's all possible because I have an Amway business. I even recently got enough, going through my little part-time side business that I started up, a long time ago, to actually create an LLC. And that took a long time to get there. But the great thing is I could do that in my spare time. I didn't have to, go just crazy as soon as I signed up and got this thing going. There are some great ways to get the momentum going in your business, selling these amazing products. But you can also take your time. So just so you know, we have all these different kinds of products. We have health and beauty. We're like, the #1 selling multivitamin company in the world. The cleansers are, the cleaning products, the home products, all of these things are absolutely the top of the market as far as quality and value and sales go. They don't do anything cheap. They do things right. They have, whole laboratories and scientists, checking out not only conducting their own research, but they are making sure that the quality of all of the products are the very best you can get. They make sure that, they check out all the research. They're up to date on everything. Yeah, they employ their own scientists, nutritionists. And it's not just a product company. It's a whole environment. And the people I've met and the education I've received through this little part-time business have been phenomenal. So if you have any questions, check out the link in the description box, to go see what kind of products there are, find out a little bit more about what this company is all about. And if you have any questions, text me. You may actually text me at 208-805-7111 and ask me a question. First of all, let me know who you are, because if I just get a "hey there, how you doing" kind of text, I'm going to delete you and block you. So tell me who you are and let me know what you're interested in. Do you want to know how the business works? Do you have questions about certain products? All of that kind of thing. So feel free to text me. Don't call, don't message, send me a text, because I'm actually going to get that. And I'll give you my honest experience with any of the products and with being an Amway independent business owner. Who wants to go to a fantastic yarn event in Portland, Oregon? So I registered for the admission, the VIP, and one of the classes for Sacred Sheep in Portland, Oregon. This is basically a fiber festival, and it looks like it's going to be so much fun, but I can't go. It's November 14th through the 16th. So if you or anyone is, lives in Portland or is in the Pacific Northwest or plans on being there during that time, let's talk, because I need to transfer that over to somebody. Not only do I have some personal issues going on, a family member asked me to help out with something that would directly interfere with me going to Sacred Sheep. And you know what? I didn't even hesitate, because there are festivals all over the place, but my family members won't be here forever. I'm learning the hard way. Friends and family, the older we get, the faster they leave us. So I am no longer able to go to Sacred Sheep. So get a hold of me, text me, tell me who you are. If it's something you think you would take advantage of, all three of the things. I can't even tell you what class I signed up for, but it's in my email. So if we start talking, I will find somebody to transfer all of that over to. November 14th through 16th. Look it up, Sacred Sheep, Portland, Oregon. So before we get into the giveaway, there's some really heartbreaking, devastating news, at least it was for me, that I'm going to share with you. I have a friend in the Portland area. Her name is Diane, and of course I've talked about doing the barn quilt sampler Afghan using her downloadable little mini corner to corner charts, using these barn quilt charts that she put up on Ravelry. Now that's a free download, and I'm going to link her Ravelry page in the description box. Now, she was one of our great crochet cruisers. We had such a great time. Her and I took the little plane ride out to the fjords. That was a once in a lifetime experience, and I was so grateful to share that with Diane. And Diane was going to be one of our board members for the crochet summit that I had planned for next year, but Diane, a couple months ago, was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed at the end of September. She went so fast, and she was going to be one of our board members for that summit. And with her gone, and with my health the way it is right now, I'm going to postpone that another year or so. But losing Diane, she was... Well, let's just talk about her crochet. We don't even need to talk about what a sweet, wonderful tempered person that she was, and that I should be more like. She was also adventurous in her crochet. Like, she her and I shared this passion for doing more than just the basics and more than just something we could just quickly throw out there. Diane, she did those great crochet shoes. She took and put granny stitches on her shoes, and she did mosaics, and she entered all these great blankets that she had done in the state fair and won blue ribbons. And I remember having a conversation with her back in April about how I appreciated her sense of adventure and trying new things when it came to crochet. You know, and she was nodding her head enthusiastically. I can just picture her sitting there in the observation lounge of the cruise ship. And she had a little cough during the cruise, and then not long after the cruise, like, her and Jennifer and I had dinner together, and at that point she was starting to get a pain in her shoulder. Well, the short version is she didn't know it, but she had lung cancer. She didn't even know for another couple months after our dinner in May that she had lung cancer, and it had spread to her. It had spread, I mean, her liver, I don't know where else, but also a bone in her shoulder, and she was gone at the end of September. And I was shocked because the last time I talked to her about a little over a month ago, it sounded like if she didn't take the treatment that she would, you know, I just figured a year maybe, but it was a matter of weeks and she's gone. And shout out to Doug and Celia for driving down to be at her memorial. And I know that Robin did a donation to a pet rescue in Diane's name, and I guess the whole crochet club showed up. Shout out to you guys. I'm so happy you were there. And apparently there was a huge pile of crocheted items of Diane's at the celebration of life. I wish I could have seen that. But anyway, so the sad news is Diane is gone, and what that has done for me is prompted me to get going on my barn quilt sampler afghan. Hang on, I gotta get that. So I printed out one of the squares, one of her charts, and started practicing on this mini corner to corner grafghan using these chain bobbins that Celia showed us on the cruise. And I am using Stylecraft's Special DK, and I forget, a smaller hook. And I really like the sharpness of how these color changes are going, because I have poured over YouTube and the grafghan videos, and I believe it was Tamara from I don't remember who it was, but I'll link the video down below that showed a way of doing that slip stitch with the new color. Instead of going from front to back in the chain space, you go from back to front, and it makes it a very sharp, nice, neat color change when you're doing these grafghans. So I have decided, like this square, this is basically my swatch. This is my practice square, and I'm going to use cream tail, mushroom, storm blue, and burgundy on this square, and it is my practice to get started on those. Again, here's those charts that she has for free on Ravelry. So in honor of Diane, I am moving forward with the barn quilt sampler afghan for the rest of the year. Okay, so here's the fun part. I am teaming up with the beautiful Robin, Miss Robin from Roaming with Rover, on a giveaway. Now, she has recently been able to utilize one of the rooms in her house as a yarn craft storage room. She now has a yarn room, you guys. And in going through everything she owns, we are partnering up in this giveaway of what is called the Hirschner's Mahogany Blanket Kit. It is a full kit. It's done in worsted 8, which most of you already know. Worsted 8 is their acrylic 4-weight yarn. It's a very nice yarn. These are, you know, very fall-like colors. And what we're going to do is have you guys comment down in the comments. Just leave a comment, and I will, in a live with Robin later this week, sometime next week, whenever we can work out the scheduling, in a live stream here on YouTube, we will pick a winner for this great mahogany blanket kit from Hirschner's. So what do you guys think? Do you think you would like to win this? Or what about the Sacred Sheep tickets? Are you going to be able to use those Sacred Sheep tickets? And comment down below, did any of you know Diane, or have you downloaded any of her patterns? Are any of you doing cross stitch? What are you working on? Just comment down below. Tell me what you're thinking about doing as a big project for next year. And yeah, we'll choose a winner sometime here in the not too distant future. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye.